something made up by the tourist people in Blarney to get more tourists to go there. Who can say? They are very prominent leprechauns. So today we are reacting to some of the craziest reviews of Ireland as a country, as a whole. No, we're going to zone in specifically on tourist attractions in Ireland, and some of these reviews are completely unhinged. Now, I go to a lot of places to visit in the USA, and most recently I also visited Japan. And I have to be honest, sometimes when I go to visit something that's a tourist attraction, I get there, it can be disappointing. But also you have to just take the thing for what it is. Okay, I need to cite an example. University lecturers kicking in here. Cite your sources, Diane. For example, on my trip to Japan, I saw the most amazing temples, shrines, castles. And they were all super duper impressive. But by like the fourth one, I was like kind of over it. And that's not to say they're not great and wonderful, but at a certain point you're just like, seen one castle, seen them all. Or when I went on a trip to Dingle and I was looking for Foggy the dolphin, a very famous dolphin who lives in Ireland, and he wasn't there. And what kind of review would I give in that case? The dolphin wasn't there. He was out swimming, meeting his friends, probably out with his family and kids. He probably has a family to provide for. What I'm saying is, it's okay to be a little cynical sometimes. Anyway, let's check out some of the most famous, and we're going to go through everything from the Guinness Storehouse to the Cliffs of Moher. Okay, Cliffs of Moher. What are the Cliffs of Moher? The Cliffs of Moher are beautiful, dramatic, coastal cliffs in Ireland. Think Game of Thrones realness with a bonus windburn. I don't think anybody's ever gone to the Cliffs of Moher and had a clear, sunny, wind-free day. I'm sure they have. I haven't heard of it. I've been to the Cliffs of Moher. They are beautiful. Don't stand too near the edge. There's no like Disneyland caution things. There's no tape there. You just have to have the intellect not to walk close to the edge. You will fall off and die. It was foggy. Couldn't see anything. Waste of time. That's unfortunate, but you might have your view inhibited by fog. I'm not sure how to deal with that. Maybe just plan around the weather, but like wait an hour and the weather will change in Ireland. Don't worry. Ooh, we've Temple Bar. I've spoken about Temple Bar a lot. Temple Bar is the hub in Dublin for Irish tourists to have a pint of Guinness. It's like if Times Square got drunk and started playing the fiddle and charged everybody a ludicrous amount of money for each pint. Although now that I'm thinking about it, prices are just going up everywhere for a pint, so maybe some tourists wouldn't find it that crazy to spend like €12 on a pint. It should be illegal. Oh. Okay, this one's a little older. It says €10 for a pint. I thought Irish people were friendly. Yeah, I mean, like, it is the most expensive place you will go for a pint. I can't say you can blame the entire Irish people on you having to pay more for a pint there, though. Actually, there's a place in walking distance. I used to do shows in a place called the Teachers Club. It's about 10-15 minutes walk from Temple Bar, and it's a tiny little upstairs place. And you used to be able to get a pint there about 5 years ago for €3.50. I would imagine the prices have gone up now, but if they're in keeping with themselves, maybe not an exorbitant amount. So Teachers Club, check it out. You can also catch some really cool theatre there. Independent theatre. Bear that in mind. It's not Broadway. A lot of talent, but not much money. I feel like if you go to Dublin, going to Temple Bar is something that you are kind of obliged to do. But I also would say just go there, have one pint, and then go somewhere else. There are so many cooler pubs nearby. You could hop on a bus and go to Smithfield, to the Cobblestone pub. That is super nice. You will also get trad music there, which is very cool. Temple Bar is cool because you go in, you feel the flow of people. You might even see like street talent, but you don't need to stay there. You are in probably the most tourist trap in the whole of Ireland in Temple Bar. Rite of passage, but don't stay. Oh, the Blarney Stone. I have not gone to the Blarney Stone. I feel like most people from Ireland, born and raised in Ireland, are not going to have done the Blarney Stone. Maybe it's the kind of thing your parents would take you to do of a weekend, like, oh, we've got to entertain the kids somehow. But I don't think a lot of Irish people from Ireland have kissed the Blarney Stone. If you don't know what I'm talking about, let me fill you in. Okay, so short version, it's a stone, and when you kiss it, you get the gift of the gab. The gift of the gab is the ability to talk a lot of, yeah, that's a popular term these days. Like how a lot of Irish people have the ability to talk about things and tell stories and sing songs. Some say maybe a little misleading. Anyway, this particular stone rock, what's the difference between a stone and a rock? Is it just the size? People say when you kiss it, you get the gift of the gap. So tourists flock there on their coaches of tourists and they go and they kiss this stone. This particular one has a lot of stories and myths and legends surrounding it. Were they made up by the tourist people in Blarney to get more tourists to go there? Who can say? There's so many stories. Think of it. Anyway, tourists go there, they kiss the Blarney Stone for luck and the gift of the gap. I haven't done it. Okay, didn't kiss the stone, too many germs, seemed pointless otherwise. There is a thing that goes around that the locals, what's the correct terminology? Urinate on the stone. I don't think that's true. I think if somebody was caught doing that, they'd be pulled up fairly fast. But like either way, you're kissing like a stone. It's not the most hygienic thing. So like, you know, bring your sanitol or like, you know, build up your immunity to germs. But if you're going to go to the Blarney Stone and not kiss it, it is pretty pointless. Like if you're gonna go, you have to go take the picture. Like that's what you have to do. What is the point of going if you're not gonna kiss the Blarney Stone? It's like going to Disneyland and refusing to see Mickey Mouse. Like, it's just silly.
Every party has a poop, but that's if he invited you.
The Ring of Kerry. I have been to the Ring of Kerry. It's cool. It's essentially like a nice drive to go on. It's very much what people say about driving in Ireland. Tiny, tiny roads. If somebody comes in the opposite direction, it's for the most adventurous people who are like, I want to try that, having to get out of the way on the edge of a cliff. It's very beautiful to look at. There are sheep, waterfalls, mountains, lovely grass, all the beautiful things. There's more sheep. Okay, we have too much driving, expected more castles. It's a road trip, hon. It's a road, that's what it is, it's a road trip. And to be lacking castles in Ireland, you just need to go drive on another couple of miles. There are castles everywhere, ruins mostly, but some of them you can go on tours and go around them, like Dublin Castle, for example, being the most central one. But it is not a live action Princess and Prince movie. It is just old buildings, which are cool to look at depending on what you enjoy. But if you're looking for just castles and you can't find them in Ireland, drive on a little. Like I remember you can do like a guided horse riding tour on the Ring of Kerry too, which is very fun. I did it one year when I was in school. I don't know why, I just remember doing it. Probably one of those things your parents are like, do this activity, get out of our way. It was fun. Oh, if you want to see more of me and Mr. Chustifer, who is snugly napping over there. Aww. You can check out patreon.com/Diane Jennings for more behind the scenes things. We're having a lot of fun right now over there. You get bonus videos and other rewards. But back to this. Bunratty Castle. Speaking of castles, to introduce Bunratty Castle, it's a real medieval fortress and it is like quite a lovely place to visit. You can see the rooms all done up. There's a lovely dining hall and I think you can access some of the bedrooms. But this person says, wow, this movie set looks so realistic. I kind of think that's gotta be a troll, like a messer, like somebody messing, maybe, hopefully. If not, that's 15th century stone, man. The CGI is in your brain. That is too funny. I guess though, if you've never seen something like that before, and you might just think it's like a fake thing, it's exceptional to see something like that, so I get it. But if you're gonna have visited there, you'd have hoped you'd have done a little bit of research. Or not. Oh, well, this is a general one that just comes up a lot. Some tourists are disappointed there are no leprechauns. You can actually go to the Leprechaun Museum in Dublin, but those are, again, not real leprechauns. Leprechauns aren't real. No leprechauns or anything magical, not like the movies. Sorry. Hogwarts isn't real either. Says the girl with the talking dog. Oh, actually, somebody who visited the Leprechaun Museum said 45 minutes and €16 later, and I still do not know anything about Irish folklore, leprechauns, or fairies. Well, maybe there is a lot of great Irish folklore, and I've never been to the Leprechaun Museum myself, so maybe they don't share it, but I would imagine you get good stories there. I'd be surprised if there are no good stories there, but if you're expecting to hear about real leprechauns... Oh, this is just in a thread on Reddit, and it's somebody visiting a rural village, and they said, locals stared at me, it felt like I was in a horror movie. Can't imagine what you were doing to be stared at. One would imagine something. Like, Irish people are not a scary people. A lot of other Europeans are. Like, I find it discombobulating that Some cultures, they do stare a lot, but Irish people, we don't really tend to stare unless there's something to look at. In that case, you will be stared at.
Like a nosy reporter or an undercover cop.
We're very much a people who are like, what the fudge are you doing? Like, were you walking around with a leprechaun hat on your head? But yeah, we are not a people who would just stare for no reason. So I've got to think this person was doing something. Or like, were they walking around in their pajamas? But even if they were, like Irish people, we kind of sometimes walk around in our pajamas. We're not like other Europeans who are like, never walk in my pajamas. Irish people will do that. So I can't imagine what you were doing, but it must have been something weird. Oh my god, there are reviews of the Spire in Dublin. Okay, that is very close to Temple Bar. To think that someone got paid a lot of money to design this disgusting and horrible thing and stick it right in our main street is a huge embarrassment. Okay, that's obviously by an Irish person, and to be fair, it is a load of shite, the Spire. They spent an outrageous amount of money on it, and it looks just stupid. It doesn't do anything. It's so millennium core. They could have put so many wonderful, culturally significant things there, and they just put this stupid thing. Anyway, I'm not in disagreement with that review, actually. Ugly and ridiculous. What an embarrassing eyesore. Thumbs up to that one. The Hill of Tara. Looks like a bad, crazy golf course. Probably. Does a bit. Oh no, the Molly Malone statue. There is a thing that whenever there's a statue of a wonderful woman from history, that undoubtedly the area that is moved away is her boobs. Like, people have always touched her boobs. But to be fair about the Molly Malone statue, they are very prominent knockers. And I feel like if Molly was around today, I'd tell her so myself. I'd be like, great baps, Molly. So inevitably people do touch her baps. I can't think she was actually walking around Dublin looking like that back in those days, because Ireland was very conservative when Molly Malone was a thing. Unless that helped her sell her cockles and mussels, which it probably did. Someone said the statue is lovely, but the men kept taking pictures sexually harassing her, which made me uncomfortable. I mean, legitimate if it makes you uncomfortable, but they're not actually sexually harassing her because she's not the real person. If she was a real person, I'm sure other people would object, but she's a statue as it is. Okay, it says, even though I'm aware it's merely a statue, I still think it's wrong. Okay, fair enough. There's an argument to be said, even if her baps were smaller, they might still touch them because women, eh? But yeah. The Guinness Storehouse. You have to go to the Guinness Storehouse. I have not been to the Guinness Storehouse, but I used to live right beside it and smell the Guinness all the time. I think they've changed the formula because it doesn't smell as bad as it used to. Anyway, somebody said, what a huge disappointment. If you come here, you will learn almost nothing about brewing Guinness or its history. I find that hard to believe because I have been to other whiskey factories and things, and I learned a lot. Like, that was the whole point of the tour. Also, Guinness is gross. Well, I mean, maybe it was their first Guinness, but you would think they might know that before buying the Guinness. Going for the tour. Anywho, those are just a couple of unhinged reviews. I enjoyed looking at them a lot. I both think some of them are a little unhinged and simultaneously think, yeah, feel where you're coming from. There's so much to do in Ireland though. Like, there are so many fun things that you just gotta go and check it out for yourself. But anyway, do check out Patreon. We're having a lot of fun over there if you have a moment. And that's it for today. See you guys on the other side. Bye. Do you like your new little spot? Yeah. Oh, I got something exciting coming for your birthday.